round 2 against the Browns. You know what you do with the Browns? You flush them down. No, wait.
No. I never heard that one.
But no, we got, they're playing it in our turf now. Hopefully it's not snowing because apparently we can't play in the snow. But it was a hard-fought game, but we're playing them again. We got to win this one. It's like, can we just win a game against a not-so-good team? I'm not calling the Browns bad because I actually think they have a good team.
I think they got better with this Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Yeah, is he like a...
He's the new quarterback.
Well, I know he's the new quarterback, but where did he come from?
Well, I'm pretty sure he was a first-round pick, but as for where he just got dropped off, I'm not sure.
I'm
not sure where he started.
You pay attention.
I don't look at these
you pay attention to quarterbacks, okay? But very seldom do you ever pay attention to backups and third string. And
all I know is he's one funny dude. Like he always has a clip or an instance or just like a interview where he says something wild. He has all this energy, and I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff from him or like any of the presentations or whatnot. But he's actually
now. What's their injury report look like? What's the Steelers? How's Highsmith doing?
Well, the Steelers are looking pretty hot right now. Everyone that was on the injury report had full participation.
Even Alex Highsmith?
Yeah.
How's that possible? I thought they said he was going to be out for a few weeks.
They're all, it's been a few weeks.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, it was.
Is it because we had a bye week?
Yeah, probably. That's probably it. I can't remember. What game did he get injured in? All the games are like interconnected. But anyway, the injury report's looking pretty hot. The only one that didn't participate yesterday was Cam Hayward, but that's because he was resting. He was resting for 2 days in a row. So he must have been pretty beat up, or he was just
even
tired.
Even Najee Harris. I mean, I know that he had no significant injury, but I think he was just out of breath.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the video of him trying to explain why, but he said that Pat's girlfriend had this banana. He said this banana thing during Thanksgiving or whatnot, and he said it decided to come back or something. Like he said he was affected by it.
Yeah, he blamed it on her.
Yeah, he said it was her fault.
But the fact is, he was in there for 4 plays, and each play did quite a bit of running.
Yeah,
so I think he was just like he
was out of breath.
He could have had stitches. Who know? You know how you're hurting in the side, but you're in there for 4 plays, very exhausting plays. I mean, he's sucking down some oxygen. Put it that way.
Well, did you see him on the sidelines? He was like. I swear he was on life support or something.
Yeah, I have nothing against him. I mean, I think he could be a really, really good player. I just wish that he would, it seemed like last year and the year before especially last year, he just got better as the year went on. And I'm still looking for that to happen. Maybe we have to make it to the playoffs. I don't know.
Now, one thing that I do have to say is that Calvin Austin did have a concussion, is what it says on the injury report, because he was hit pretty hard. I don't know if you've seen that.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. He was like really beat up. And I'm not sure if they can actually put him in the game, because I think they need to have 1 week of...
Yeah, I don't put him in the game. Let's not go down.
Yeah, I think you have to have 1 week off for concussion protocol. So he might be a full participant in practice, but it might not be contact. Like it's most definitely not contact. Right?
Well, we got Mike Williams. Let's see what he can do. I'm not sure why he hasn't really done much other than that first week he was in there.
You see the Steelers put in Mike Williams a little bit more and more, but I'm not sure why they haven't been throwing towards them. It might be because he's still adjusting to.
I know that Russell Wilson.
Playbook.
This is the one thing I can say about Russell Wilson. I know during the Bengals game, I think at one point in time they said he's thrown to 8 different receivers.
11. I heard 11.
Well, I think at that point in time it was 8.
Yeah.
Maybe for the entire game it was 11. He spreads that ball around. It's not like he's throwing just to 1 or 2 people. You know, he's really. I just have to laugh when I see that one tight end play.
Darnell Washington.
He is so big.
Once again, you think he's running slow? No, that's just his stride's just so freaking long.
But when you see him standing next to somebody else, it's like a giant. It's like seeing Shaquille O'Neal out there.
Yeah, but you want to know what this tells me with Russell Wilson? He trusts each and every single player that he throws to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so true. Like, I haven't seen many drops from any of the Steelers players that looked wide open. Like, if there was a drop, that's because it was like a rather tight window, and it was like thrown out of like proportion towards the receiver.
And I'm surprised. I mean, I guess I'm not surprised, but I never saw Wilson that much play when he was at
Denver?
No. Seattle. Because that was NFC. And we didn't really get too many of those games. And not only is NFC, but it's West Coast. So it's like that didn't air locally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't realize he's such a threat out of the pocket. You know, he can throw in the pocket. Okay. Yeah. That's how he throws a lot of those moon balls. Okay, they call them. But that throw to Freiermuth.
Oh, like right. I know the touchdown.
Yeah,
like
touchdown.
That was really.
I mean,
clutch.
but he threw that out of pocket. He escaped, almost getting sacked, and threw that on the run. Freiermuth, who was like had 4 defenders around him, so it was like that, and he threw it perfectly,
right
where it needed
right
to
in the
go.
basket.
Yeah,
he threw it right.
So I was like very surprised. I think that you know, if you sit there and say, well, he's no this and he's a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly great. I mean, he had 414 yards that game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But going into this game, the Browns, we need to take care of the Browns this week. Who is your choice?
I think I
you didn't pick you picked the Bengals last week.
Yeah, I think the Steelers this week, because if we can't beat the Browns at all this year, I think. Like, I'd be asking what the heck the Steelers doing. Like, I think we should at least beat them in our home stadium.
Yeah.
There's no reason why. As long as the weather, I haven't looked at the weather, but as long as it's sunny, not raining, it could be cold, but as long as it's not raining or snowing or any of the
I'm just using that as an excuse. I think that anybody could have took that game last time. I mean, we were leading the Browns going into the end of the fourth quarter. But
I think every player has their adjustments in the snow.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not a shootout like it was against the Bengals. But I'm going to
back and forth.
I have to pick the Steelers. Okay. I don't. My gut's not telling me anything, so I'm just picking the Steelers. I mean, I think that they have a good opportunity to win this division, and they know it. They're now a game and a half ahead again.
The Ravens aren't playing this week, so if the Steelers win, then they'll be 2 games ahead. If they beat the Ravens again, then there's just another.
Who are the Ravens playing?
What do you mean?
This week?
I just said they're not playing.
Oh, they're on their bye?
Yeah, they're on their bye. So if the Steelers win, they'll be 2 games ahead.
I don't pay attention to you. Yeah, I'm 2 feet away from you, and I don't have the.
Like if the Steelers win, they'll be 2 games ahead. They'll be 10 in 10-3.
10-3.
And the Ravens will still be sitting at 8.
Oh, by the way, just so I can put it out there, Tomlin does not have a losing season. Okay, he will now have he has another winning season. Even if we lose all the remainder of the games, he has a.
He's tied for the most non-losing seasons.
20.
20?
That's 20, I think.
No, I think you're thinking of franchise.
Oh.
But for Tomlin himself, it's 18.
Oh.
He's tied with with
That's right.
with one of the Cowboys head coaches, whoever that was, and I think it was like the 90s or something.
Oh, that would be.
Who was that? Well, the Steelers are tied with this other coach,
Jimmy.
But the Steelers are now
Jimmy Johnson?
Is it Jimmy Johnson? Well, but now Mike Tomlin is tied for the most consecutive non-losing seasons at 18.
Yep, Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
I mean, that's.
He looks like a Jimmy Johnson.
But it's like I'm like I knew the name, even though that was a long time.
But now it's tied. So the Steelers have reached their benchmark.
All right. Well,
but yeah. So
there's not much to say about this game. There's not much to really dissect because we only play because we dissect them 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just played them.
You're also on a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah, I'm on a time crunch.
We talked so much about the
previous episode,
the Cincinnati Bengals game.
But
there was so much that happened.
Yeah, go Steelers. Hopefully, this is going to be a good Hard Knocks episode.
It won't just be a bummer for us.
Yeah, it won't be a bummer.
YouTube.
Maybe you can get it on YouTube again.
I'll try. But I'll end us in prayer. And Lord, I pray over all the players and all the teams that will be traveling across the United States this week. And I also pray for Calvin Austin and his concussion that ended up occurring to him this past game. And I also pray about Trevor Lawrence's injury. And I pray that his head trauma or whatever occurred, if that was a concussion, I pray that he recovers quickly and just heal him as much as possible and as quickly as possible, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Good. That's it. We'll see you next week. I'm Gary, and this is Alex Petrie.
And this is GAP GAB.
Yeah, and we're GAP GAB.
See you guys.
Bye.